What's up, everybody? It is a Blue Drake, and today I want to talk to you about a game that I really think could have been amazing. Welcome to Hellion. Hellion is a first-person survival game set in deep space, and there's not very many games that are like this. I mean, I think the only thing that you could say comes close is Star Citizen. And in a way, this is almost kind of like a predecessor to Star Citizen, or at least what Star Citizen wanted to be, except considerably more realistic. In this game, you could pilot ships, you could board stations, you could travel throughout the solar system using real physics. Think kind of like a first-person version of Kerbal Space Program set in the future. And this game was gorgeous. Now, I'm going to tell you everything that I know about this game. There's a lot of studios that make a lot of different games that, because I'm a streamer and because they're interested in marketing their game, I have the privilege of talking to and getting to know, and Hellion was actually one of those games. I got to talk to the developers before they even launched the game. I kind of got an idea of what was going on, and keep in mind, I don't know everything about these studios. I mean, they don't even let me know everything, so I only have bits and pieces of knowing what happened. But all I know is that when I first talked to them, they had received a large amount of funding from someone. I'm not entirely sure who, a publisher, an investor, something upwards into the $500 to $1 million value of investment. And keep in mind, again, I don't know any of these details. Take all of this with a grain of salt. But a few years later, and suddenly the entire development team is no longer able to be supported or paid. Everyone abandons the project, and Hellion ceases to be. Which is, in my opinion, a real shame. Now, because I had actually known the developers, and I had somewhat of a relationship with them, even though most of them were completely gone, I actually reached out and I tried to see if I could acquire the rights to the game so I could at least release the source code so that way the community could continue development of the game. But unfortunately, everyone that I had really known wasn't there anymore. There was only a community manager or two left, and they didn't really have the authority to do anything, which is an absolute shame because as a game developer, I know that there's a Unity project file of this game just sitting on a desktop in a repository somewhere, and if it could be released, this game could be continued by the community, and I think it could be amazing. Imagine an open-world survival game set in deep space where you could have a ship, similar to Star Citizen, mining resources, docking, trading, and interacting with other players, all on a dedicated server. You know, keep in mind this isn't a massively multiplayer game, and that's okay. You know, Star Citizen is already a massively multiplayer game. I don't think it's necessarily that big of a deal. We don't need more Star Citizens, but I think having a dedicated server that you could actually host your own match, your own universe with this, especially if there's mod support, I don't know, man. I think that could be absolutely incredible. And I mean, look at this. You have entire planets with gravitational pull that you can take your ship and you can actually go into orbit of. You can do a rendezvous with a station. You can board it. You can loot it. You can destroy it. I don't know. This is really, really cool. But unfortunately, the game is dead. And there's no way to continue development of it because the way that Unity packages the client, unless you actually have the source project files, you can't really do anything. And that is excruciating to me. That is excruciating because look at how cool this is. Look at how cool this is. So I will say, I really, really would love to have the project files for this game. If nobody is going to continue development of it, if it is really just going to sit and rot, you know, on some repository server and nobody's actually going to continue development of it, I would really love to be able to at least have the community continue development of this. I mean, it's not going to be making anybody any money sitting on a server somewhere. So I mean, if anybody is watching this video that has any pull or any authority whatsoever, please contact me, please, because I really would like to see Hellion continue to survive. So cool. All right, let's see if we can even find our ship. There it is. All right, so we're going to head back to our ship. Now, let me tell you the problems that this game has. Again, problems that I hope I could fix if I could actually get my hands on this. The game's performance was subpar. It did not perform particularly well, but I feel like if you could have a team focus on optimizing the game and getting it to perform better, I do not feel like this game is a game that is so incredibly ambitious that it could not be made to run better. I mean, these planets, they're not landable, and honestly, with the type of game that this is, they don't really need to be. I don't really see this as a game that could not be optimized. Additionally, there's a lot of gameplay mechanics that are kind of unnecessarily complex. Flying the ships, navigating the ships, the way you interact with the ships, the inventory system, it's all very complex in ways that I don't think it necessarily needs to be. I do love the fact that the ships can be interacted with. I mean, you can walk up to these interfaces and you can interact with them much as you would another simulator such as Digital Combat Simulator or anything. Like these point-and-click interfaces, I love. I love that concept. I think that's absolutely great. Alright, let's go ahead and lock down our ship and see if we can begin traveling. Oh, seems like I don't have access to this ship, unfortunately. Let's see here. Security panel. Claim. Thank you. There we go. Alright. And we are away. Look at this. This is so cool. I mean, this is exactly what I think, you know, somebody who is a Kerbal Space Program fan would want. You know, look at all of these different stations. Look at all of these things that you can visit. I mean, it's so cool. All right, let's see if we can rendezvous with this station here. All right, we're going to stabilize. And we're going to rendezvous with this damaged residential station. All right, we're in the green. All right, incoming. Power back thrusters. And we have rendezvoused. Alright, there we go. Matching target velocity. There we go, we're locked in. Alright, let's go take a look at the station, boys and girls. See, this is the kind of experience, these are the kinds of things that I think is really, really cool. I mean, you could almost consider this as like a light version of Star Citizen, a cheaper version of Star Citizen, or even a more realistic version of Star Citizen. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's just so awesome. And all of the little things that you can interact with is super cool. All right, let's open up the airlock. Outer door. Airlock open. And the other cool thing about this game is that you could actually build stations. So these stations are all modular, and similar to like other games like DayZ and stuff like that, the idea is that you could actually build your home base in orbit and you could configure it yourself, which again, I think that's really cool. Oh man. And then also, additionally, sometimes if a station were to become unstable, or if you were to fire at it and knock it out of orbit, you could actually destabilize the orbit, and it would eventually decay and crash into the planet, which is also really cool. Alright, here we go. There's the airlock. Alright, whoa, whoa, whoa. Well, we just fell down. It looks like we just ran into a gravity generator. Okay. I mean, look at how atmospheric this is. Imagine if you could have enemies in this. Like, I think one of the coolest things that I thought of is, like, imagine if you could combine this with something like Alien Isolation. You know, imagine if you could have something like this, but you could also have, you know, when you explore stations, there's a chance that you could potentially run into, you know, all sorts of things. You could encounter like hostile creatures, you could encounter other players, you could encounter AI. I mean, I don't know. It would be the potential for what you could actually do with this would be absolutely limitless. All right, so it looks like there's nothing really of value in there. So let's head back to our starship. Look at how cool this is. Like, it was working. It was working. Please release this. Please. It's not even... You can't even buy this on Steam anymore. It's not even possible. How depressing is that? Alright, let's open this up. Alright, we're heading in. Helmet up. And then here is our inventory system. So you can actually take these and you can place them inside of your... So not a particularly advanced inventory, but an inventory nonetheless. And there was also a crafting system. So you could actually go to these stations, you could scavenge for supplies, and then you could craft things. Again, really cool. Really cool stuff. What is that up there? I can't tell what that is. Alright, well, let's go find out, actually. Is that an asteroid, or... Not entirely sure. And then you could also dock with stations. And you could also... if you had a ship that actually had... faster than light travel capability, you could actually warp to other stations as well. Alright, we have an abandoned habitat. Let's go check this out. It looks like what happened is there's a station here that broke up into multiple different pieces. Alright, so we're going to rendezvous with this. We're going to be bringing... There we go. Hold up, we got that aligned. Oh, there we go. Almost have it aligned. And we are on track. Now we're engaging. Alright, we're traveling at around 0.1 kilometers a second. So we should be here momentarily. I mean, again, this is a first-person Kerbal Space Program. I, I, I don't know why that doesn't exist anywhere else. All right, here we go. Collision warning, which we don't want to have happen. All right, here we go. And we are inbound. Okay, here we are. So this is a much larger habitat. Obviously still damaged. All right. For some reason, we're off target. What the hell's happening? There we go. Whoa, 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 whoa. That's it, that's it, that's it, that's it. Come on. I'm not entirely sure what's destabilizing us. There we go, there we go. Alright, locked in. Alright, and we're inbound. Here we go. Alright. And we have match velocity. Alright, I don't really see a place where we can dock. But we're just going to try to get in close to this thing. I mean, again, imagine if you could have missions in this and you actually had to go on, like, rescue operations. Or, like, maybe, I don't know. It could be so cool. And there's other things, you know, like, there is games like No Man's Sky that now have, like, derelict ships that you can go on, but it doesn't have, like, the realism factor. You know, like, literally, like, this makes you feel like you're in the expanse. Alright. Let's open the airlock. Let's go see what we got. Helmet on. Jetpack on. And we're away. Alright, let's go check this out. Even if this was just a single-player game, you could really turn this into something special. It would not take much. Optimize this up. Even if you had this just be a single-player game where you don't have, like, you could have enemies that are like imagine if you come into a solar system and it would be like you could have it be like Lost in Space. You know, like, imagine if it was like Lost in Space. Hold up. I do have my jetpack online, correct? I should. Alright, hold up. And we are good. I don't know what's going on or why I'm drifting away. Is my jetpack not engaged? So let's take care of that, shall we? There we go. Alright, let's try something else then. Doot. Good now? See, again, this is kind of like the stuff that I was talking about. These are the things that are kind of like unnecessarily complicated to the point where I kind of have to use like the command system in order to figure out what's going on. Come on. Engage. I need to have my jetpack engaged, please. Here, let's try, battery pack. Anytime. Alright, what's wrong here? Toggle targeting. RCS fuel is engaged. So what am I doing wrong? Is my jetpack not working? I don't really know. Alright, well, I'm going to wrap this up here as I float away in space. Hellion was incredible. This game had a lot of potential. Yes, it was rough around the edges, but no, it was not unsalvageable. All it would take is just a decent designer and a team to come in and help optimize what's already here, and I think you could have a really good game. Would it be a Star Citizen competitor? Like, would it do something that's never been done before? Like, no. But it would still be a good game. I think you could really turn this into a really fun adventure game. And when you look at things like Outer Wilds, like, they pulled that off. This could have been that. This could have been, like, a more realistic Outer Wilds. It could have been really fun. It's a shame that it died. If anybody has any idea of how somebody could get their hands on reviving this project or somehow take it over, please contact me. Besides that, if you enjoy this and you want to stick around for more videos, make sure you press that sub button. And as always, remember that Blue Drake loves you. All right, cheers, guys. I'll see you guys in the next one. And Hellion, please, let's not let your game just rot in the ground, please. All right, cheers, boys. See you again soon.